how many pips did we get from this trade that is running? Let us check right now, because I actually entered very late, and this is 267 pips. 267 pips. One of my mentees actually entered very early, and you can see it said 250 pips, 250 pips. So the reason why we are going to be able to take this kind of trade is because we will start seeing markets the same way. We are going to start seeing markets the same way, and we can see where he entered. Sniper entry. I entered around there, so see where he is. Which means currently, as at the time I'm making this video, it should be on 300 pips. Yes, 300 pips, because he entered 50 pips earlier than me. Yes, he entered 50 pips earlier. So this is what we are talking about, like profitable strategy, seeing markets the way I see market. How did we arrive here? Let me do the analysis first. So just stay tuned to get the full analysis. Stay tuned to get the full analysis. If you don't watch this video to the end, that means you are just here to add to numbers of views. You are not really here to learn. So take your time to watch this video to the end. Don't forget, if you think it's going to be too long, even though it's a short video, increase your speed, your speed, increase the speed at which you use to watch the video. Let's get into the reading, guys. I'm not really a fan of this trade, but I just want to take the risk. I just want to take the risk because you can see liquidities are still lying up there, and before you know it, it will be giving me all this heartbreaking movements. But all the same, this is Gbpjpy, and when I trade Gbp, I don't trade anything less than 100 pips. I don't trade anything less than 100 pips. So let's see if it's going to give us the 100 pips delivery, or it's going to just going to be there. Yeah, so the minimum is 100 pips. All right, guys, so let's see what the outcome of this trade will be. Let's see what the outcome of this.
The thing some of you don't really know is that we used to wait for weeks just because we want to catch pips like this. We used to wait for a very long time just because we want to catch pips like this. And like already the 100 pips mission has been accomplished here, because this is 129 pips, 120. This is 128 pips. This is 128 pips from the one that triggered down to this area, down to this level is 128 pips. So that is how it is. I still expect it to go more. Probably it will retrace back. Then after the tracing back, it will now drop aggressively, because I still want it to drop even more. I want it to drop even more. But that I just want to show us that catching 100 pips is not something you just wake up and you say you want to catch 100 pips. This trade you are seeing, I waited for the clean setup. I waited for the clean setup, and when it got when I mean waited for weeks for this setup to play out. And now that it's playing out, it's my own. I'm going to enjoy it. So it's not a guesswork. It's not a guesswork. You have to do the waiting. Trading is about waiting. It's about what? It's about waiting. If you don't know how to wait, then you just be trading anything you see. Once you see your setup, once you know what you're looking for, wait for it to come. Wait for it to what? Wait for it to come. All right. So I still give us updates on this trade. So let's see how it goes. Let's see what the delivery is. All right, guys, so we can see how the trade is running now. The trade is running very well, and this is just 11:54. When it's when it's 12 p.m, we are going to have a very volatile market, and probably that is when this thing will move aggressively. Yeah, we've already achieved our 100 pips minimum target, because on this stage right now it's on 140 pips right now, 140 pips right now, and it's still counting. Yes, these are the kind of trades that we used to wait. We do the waiting. We do the waiting before we actually get this particular result. And once it's 12, I'm going to tune in to see how the volatility of the market is going to affect this trade. So while we wait for the volatility of the market to be triggered, what did I see before I took this trade? Why did I take this trade? And if you can actually watch this area very well, we are going to see a break in structure right here, because it has always been on a daily time frame. On bullish trend. Look at liquidity level here. This liquidity level was cleared. It was cleared. So when this liquidity level was cleared, price supposed to come back to this area. Supposed to come back to this area. So if you look at this area also, liquidity was cleared. So this liquidity that was cleared supposed to produce for us a return to this leg, which it actually did. But personally, I still wanted to trade down to this area, back to this area, or at least to this level. If we draw our trend line right now, to mark the liquidity level, yes, we are going to see that okay, it has already returned to the area I was talking about. See, that's the area it bounced off from. Like, that is the exact area it bounced off from. And meanwhile, there is another liquidity level that was cleared here, this double bottom. So once this liquidity level was cleared with this candle, so price supposed to trade back into this area or this zone, and that is what just happened. That's exactly what happened. Now look at this other stage here, liquidity level here. This is double top. This red candle, that red candle did what? Is the one we targeted, because we knew
As long as liquidity is cleared, price will trade back. Price will trade. This is 12 already. This is 12 already, and you can see the volatility is very high. It's very high right now. So as I was saying, so once this thing was cleared, price will trade back. Price will trade back. It will trade back. So where are we expecting price to stop? Probably around this area, or around this zone. But lower time frame can still help us to know the area to actually target our first TP, which is supposed to be this level, So after this level, it's either it continue to buy, or it gives us a break market structure. It will retest a little bit, then it will drop off. Yes, it will drop off. These are just the simple ways to analyze the market. It's just the simple way to analyze the market, and we can see that the price is moving very well right now. It's moving very well right now. I'm still going to hold this trade. Once it breaks this ranging market here, this range that is happening here, once it breaks it below, then just know that we are going to go on a very long trend. This area is a very sensitive area. We can see that liquidity gathered there. Liquidity was gathered there. Liquidity of retail traders, two people that used to trade in their retail patterns. Well, we are enjoying your liquidity. Keep on popping your liquidity into the market. So you can see that liquidity ranges in this area, and this candle cleared all those liquidity. So price will come to test it. After it comes to test it, it's either it go up or it comes down. But if it should break this zone for us, that means we are going to go on a very long sell. That means we're going to go on a very long sell. All those kind of sell that will give you 300, 400 pips, that kind of thing. And you can see this level. This is another liquidity level. You can see week of candle here, which is presenting for us. Presenting to us a kind of double bottom. So price cleared it with this green candle here. And it's after clearing it, it's returned back to the area that produced that clearance, and it dropped off. It is as simple as that. Trading is not very hard. You don't want to see it as something that is very but once you are able to understand all this little concept that I'm teaching us, you are going to understand anything about charts. Once the thing has charts, the reason why I've been showing us trades on boom and crash and all that, the reason why I'm able to catch spikes is because I know it's going to spike, because I know once liquidity is cleared, once structure is broken, there's going to be a spike after the retest. It is as simple as that. Like, see, nursery school students, I can teach nursery school students this thing, and there is going to be good and full understanding where nursery students that is willing to learn. So that's just it. So let's see how this market go. Let's see, today is Friday. You know how Fridays used to be. They will give us a ranging market at a point in order for them to gather liquidity. Yes, because on Mondays used to be clearance of liquidity, like they will clear liquidity, but our own liquidity is not going to be clear. All right, guys. So you can see how far GJ delivered for us. This is a good delivery, and it has gotten to the area we're talking about. So from here, probably it's going to bounce back and range. Or let's see what 3 p.m. is going to deliver for us. Let's see what 3 p.m. is going to deliver for us. Yeah, 3 p.m. is also a very sensitive session to observe. So probably by 3 p.m. it will do the reversal, the normal Friday reversals. Yeah, because most of the time it will not break this particular level when it's if it's Friday trade. Yeah, it doesn't really break that level on Friday trades. But notwithstanding, let's see what it's going to deliver for us. So for now, we are on how many pips right now? We are on how many pips? 202 pips. This is 202 pips already. I'm not talking about my late entry. I'm talking about where I entered. I'm not talking about how far it has moved. If I want to, I entered on time, I will be on 251 pips right now. But because I entered very late, so I am on 205 pips. I am on 205 pips. So let's see what other thing the 3 p.m. session will deliver for us, guys. So there's going to be an effect when it's 3 p.m. and this is 3:30 p.m. and we can see we are 250 pips right now. The last time I checked, 248 pips right now. So that is how it is. That is how to trade. Like, just take your time to wait for your setup. When you wait for your setup, then you can easily trade with calmness. Yeah, you can trade with calmness. You don't have any reason to rush. You don't have any reason to rush your trade, or so that's just it. That is how we roll. And if you want to know how to hold trades like this, how to cash big pips like this, just subscribe to my mentorship program and you will understand more. And if you cannot subscribe for the mentorship program, just make use of my free material. Go to my playlist, study my playlist very well, study about liquidity and other strategies that are there, and you are going to maximize your trading. And I'm going to be updating us how this trade goes. I'm going to give us full updates on this particular trade that is running right now. Yes, I'm going to give us full updates, guys. Market is closed right now, so let's see how many pips we're able to generate. You can see market is closed right now, so we enter from here. So let's see how many pips we're able to generate. How many pips? That is 268 pips. 268 pips, guys. So that is how we roll, and this is how we roll. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Check out my playlist so that you can be able to equip yourself with what I do. This is your guy Michael, the selfless strategic trader. Catch ya!